Hello, everybody. Welcome to Voice of Paul Consultancy, and today we are very happy that you're joining us. And it's a wonderful day. So, thank you so much for joining us. A quick one. We'd like to let you know that this organization specializes in helping business officials, business owners, and government officials in formulating policies, formulating strategy, and achieving a particular goal. So, if you're a government official and you're trying to find a way to implement a strategy or develop a new framework to solve a societal problem, or if you're a business leader or a business owner or you're an organization and you are thinking of strategizing on how to achieve a particular goal, please, we would be very happy to work with you to share with you insights from career experience, from education, international exposures, and international relations with different cultures around the world. So we'll let you know what's the best policy that you can develop that will work for you. All right, that aside, let's jump quickly into why we are here today. A few days ago, I made a video on John D. Rockefeller, the guy who influenced the education system that we have in Nigeria. In fact, by the way, in the United States, some 1960, some 60 years ago, black people, whoever identifies as a black person, either from Africa, from Caribbean, or anywhere in the world, they were not allowed to go to school. Okay, they were not allowed to go. So if you want to Google, there's a lady called Ruby Bridges. You know, she had to be protected by the government. She had to be protected by the president of the United States so that the young girl can go to school. This was just 1960. Barely 64 years ago. Okay. Now, that's a sad thing. Like, we were not allowed. Now, even when we were allowed, even eventually when education came to Nigeria and most of Africa, including all English speaking, African, French speaking, Portuguese speaking, English, African countries, it's the same thing. Okay. So, the education system was designed in such a way that when you are on top of the ladder, like when you are a first class, maybe somebody graduated with first class in chemical engineering, first class in medicine, first class in biology, first class in music, you don't even get to solve our own problem. You get to solve European problems because they'll come pick you up. So let's say somebody graduated first class in chemical engineering or first class in mechanical engineering, you will find a school in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand offering you full-time scholarship, fully funded scholarship. And like I said a few days ago, the person will jump at it definitely. Oh, there's a scholarship. And then after that, you'll probably, have some allegiance to the country and you'll be working for NASA, you'll be working for Google, you'll be working for IBM, you'll be working for Boeing, you'll be working for Microsoft, helping them to solve their own problem. You'll be developing drones for military purpose, while back home, the people around you, they can't even get jobs, so that's why people say, oh, in Nigeria, we have a lot of human resources. We have talented minds. We have brilliant minds, wonderful people, skillful people. But the skills that they have is not applicable to their country. Okay, because we were groomed in such a way that we will be exported. Yeah, so that's the intent. Like, oh, you go study school, go study in school, go do everything that you can, and once we find a bright one around you, we'll come pick him up or we'll come pick her up. Okay, now that aside, why I talk about educational system is that because in reality, okay, so before I go there, there's something. If you're a Caucasian and you're watching this video, or you're an European and you're watching this video, I really, there's something I want to know. When black kids and Caucasian kids were separated in classes, I want to know what they were teaching you guys there. Like, if somebody can put it in the comment, yeah, I will appreciate that because I'll take time to figure out what it was that you guys were being taught at that time because I want to know what they are teaching because what are they hiding? Okay, what are they hiding? So you keep some kids in one place and keep other kids in another place, and you teach them different things. So I want to know what. Obviously, we know what they will have thought. What would they have taught the black kids? But I want to know what they were teaching the Caucasian kids. So if anyone had, or if anyone has experienced that, even if you're not a Caucasian, please, I would really appreciate that. You drop that comment there. Okay, so now, because in reality, the education system is should be designed in such a way that we embrace nationalism. I don't think. So I finished secondary school in 2006. I don't think I came across any uh, any subject that taught about civility, Nigeria, loving Nigeria, Nigerian flag, Nigerian language. We can't even speak. I'm a Yoruba guy, and we don't even. The Nigerian government is not even allowing us to speak Igbo. Okay, they don't teach it. They don't teach Hausa. But for a Caucasian, a Romanian Caucasian can, I would say practically, they will speak like 3 or 4 other European languages, maybe Italian, maybe French, maybe English, maybe Spanish. Okay. Apart from their own mother tongue, apart from their own Romanian language. And same it is for every European country. Now, ideally, education system should be designed in such a way that you tend to love your country. Because, see, most of the prayers that Nigerians offer in churches, 90% of them can be solved by the government. Okay, you see, most churches, what prayer do we offer in churches? Lord, I need money to pay my house rent. Lord, I need money to pay school fees. Lord, I need money so that I can buy a house, I can buy a car, I want a good job. Except for, other prayers like what money cannot buy. Maybe like looking for a life partner, or looking for children, or praying for healing, you know. So those ones. But 90% of the time, people are practically praying for what the government should be doing. And government cannot do that if government doesn't have money. Okay? So government can't do that if government doesn't have money. If government has enough money, I mean, what country is that? I think it was Switzerland or Luxembourg. They are proposing a monthly annual levy, annual payment to people. You're working, you're not working, they're just giving you money. It doesn't, although they do in such a way, in some ways here in Europe, like you can claim unemployment benefit, they'll just give you some stipend. But this one I say, even they are just giving you the money. Okay, so 90% of the problem that we pray about in Africa can be solved by the government. But if the government doesn't have money, there's nothing they can do. Or let's say there is money and there is corruption. That's one other leg. Okay, there can be money, but they are embezzling the money. There's another thing is that they don't even have the money, or they don't know that they have the money. They have to depend on foreign direct investment. Why do you need investors? Why do you need foreign investors when you have everything inside your country? Now let's take a look. The other thing is that, Africans, we need to get involved into politics. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your religion. Don't say I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian. No, because see, politics is next to, in fact, is a replication of the kingdom of God on earth. Because yes, so is a human replication of the kingdom of God on earth. So because your government should practically be responsible for your welfare. You are in the physical state, you are in the physical body. Your government should be responsible for your housing, your government should be responsible for your feeding, your government should be responsible for your security, your government should be responsible for taking care of you. Okay, that's Abraham Maslow's law. Okay, so the first 3 levels, basic things, psychological need, and all of that. And when you now want to do something else, then that's left to you. But if you cannot feed yourself, you can't house yourself, you can't move around, you don't have money to buy some, little tiny things for yourself, then there's a problem. Okay, there's a problem. Now, what I'm saying with the economy is this. So, if the government doesn't have money, they can't solve those problems. Now, let's take a look. How do government make money? Government make money by selling. But the thing is, if you don't the only time a country can be economically sufficient is when you produce locally, when you produce internally, and you consume internally. Okay, so if you produce everything you need. Imagine as a person, one person living somewhere. The person grows his own food. He doesn't have to go to supermarket or Mr. Biggs or Tantalizers or McDonald's or Starbucks to go get food. He grows his own food from the ground. Okay, the person uses sunlight to get electricity to power his house, to power the TV, to power the refrigerator. The person also manufactured his own bicycle or manufactured his own vehicle that uses solar energy and doesn't have to buy gas, doesn't have to buy fuel. And so if someone did all of that for himself, why would he need money to buy food? Why would he need money to pay rent? Why would he need money for gas, for transportation? No. That's a simple analysis of it. But if they made you to hate yourself, okay, so in Nigeria, so I said something about the Igbo guys. So if Igbos are producing something in the southeast and you in the north or you're in the south, southwest or south, and you're saying no, you're not going to buy it, you are hurting yourself. If you have preference over imported imported product, you are hurting yourself. Okay, you're hurting your country. So a sense of nationalism is that you love your country. You love everything that's from your country. You love your country in such a way that you love your language. Okay, there's nothing wrong in fact, if Nigeria woke up tomorrow and said they revoke English as the official language, wonderful, it's a great thing, and put 3 languages. South Africa has 11 official languages. 11. Okay, South Africa, like I said before some days ago too. If you went to Spain and you're talking to people in English, they'll just tell you, get out of here, get out of here. Like, they don't want to see you. They will tell you we don't speak English here, speak Spanish. So a sense of nationalism is embracing everything that identifies with you, including your language, including your name, including your food, including the way you look, including your skin color. Okay. So now, when you love your country, you want to make your country to be successful. Okay. Now, that aside, so there should be a sense of nationalism where you love your country, but we don't do that. I've not seen in my secondary school days. I didn't come across any of that. None of that. None of that taught you about civility. None of that taught you about seeing where you need to drop. If let's say you're on the road and you ate something and there's a trash in your hand, like where do I throw trash? The trash bins are not even available, let alone they teach you where to drop them. Okay, so there should be a sense of nationalism. Now, there is something I've observed with Tinubu, and it is that he somehow has that sense of nationalism where he is trying to reposition Nigeria on the global stage. Now, for example, I know he has drug cases. Yeah, I'll be very open with that. He has issue in the past. He has issue with drug cases and corruption and all of that. And we know everything he did in Lagos. With some of his firms that they diverted funds, things like that. But however, now that he's the president, somehow he seems to have a nationalistic approach in like repositioning the country. Now, take for example, not even for example, this is in real life. The British airline, British Airways, and Virgin Atlantic, these guys have been flying to the God. Nigerians, please, you need to get into politics. Like, don't be quiet, okay? Don't be quiet, because it's not prayer. Everything is not prayer. It's not prayers. It's not prayers. Okay? So Virgin Atlantic, British Airways, these guys have been flying into the country. They're taking people and they charge extremely high costs. Extremely, very, very high. They don't care. Once the dollar goes up, they've changed. They've already changed it. They've adjusted the ticket. One time I wanted to buy a ticket I wanted to buy tickets to somewhere, and the money on the card was in naira, and the first one I saw was about 2.5 million naira. Like, geez, and I had just maybe 1.2 or 1 point something million. Like, hey, that where am I going to get money? So they they just increase the price. Disproportionately. They don't care. Maybe you like it or not. They just increase the price and they take the money from you. They weaken your naira. I even heard in the news that they were even charging in dollars or something. They're charging in foreign currency because our own currency wasn't stable. Okay. Now, what that means with British Airways and Virgin Atlantic is that they are the one providing service. They are the one providing. I travel from Nigeria to Egypt. Okay. And when I go to Egypt, Egypt Airline, Egypt. In fact, Egypt. Shout out to Egypt. I think they at that time when I was looking for it was the cheapest airline that I found out. Okay, and it was good. Service was good. Service was very good. We had they put us in a buffet and they gave us buffet. They put us in a hotel when we had a stopover in Egypt. So Egypt Air is a national airline and they have fleet of aeroplanes, like a number of them, it's a national company by the state government, okay, by the government of the country, operated by the government of the country. Now, the British Airways and Virgin Atlantic, they are the one offering flight service, aeroplane service to Nigerians. Okay, now we've had this back and forth, like, why wouldn't we have a national airline carrier? There was Nigeria Air, there was Air Nigeria, there was blah blah blah, something with Ethiopia Air. There's a corruption, this and that. Okay, all of that happened, and just like the way the Nigerian government struggled with refining petroleum inside our country, we have refineries all over the country. Refineries in Edo, refineries in Port Harcourt, refineries in Southeast, in some other places, but they're not working. Okay, and then Dangote stepped up and said he's going to fix the problem. And now, just for you to supply Dangote crude oil, it's a problem. And it's such a way that Dangote has to go and import crude oil from the United States. Okay, and now you're even openly coming out to attack the guy. That's refinery, yeah? Because the impact is that we don't have to bring in local product. Whatever money Dangote makes stays in Nigeria. It gets them in naira. It doesn't have to, and that's the way you take the pressure off the naira. Now, that's refinery one side. The same thing is to the airline. Nigerian government has struggled with airline for years, for decades. We don't have, just like I said, like Egypt. Egypt is a national airline. I'm sure the amount of money I paid, if I were an Egyptian, technically I'm an Egyptian. That's another story for another day. But if I were a modern day Egyptian, I would pay less because it is operated by the government of my own country. Okay. Now, with those Egyptians, then all the money that they make, the money is inside the country. Like, they don't have to export the money out. Now, but Nigerian government even struggled to have a national airline. Now, in all of that, for decades that they've struggled with corruption, I'm sure corruption is part of it. Somebody from Southeast emerged, okay? APs emerged and said, we want to solve this problem. And guess what? Maybe with ethnic buhaha, the guy was also delayed for 7 years. With Buhari in there, they wouldn't give him a pass. They wouldn't let him fly. Okay, now Tinubu came and the guy got his license and he started flying. Now, tit for tat, we're now saying British Airways and Virgin Atlantic, you guys have been flying into Nigeria and taking all the money, because once they make the money, they take it to Britain. Once they make the money, they take it to the UK, they take it to the United States. Okay, wherever the headquarters of the company is, that's where they send all the money to. So you come to our country, Virgin Atlantic, you come to our country, you come to Nigeria. British Airways, you come to Nigeria, you offer people air services, but Once you're done making the money, you take them out of the country. Now, somebody from now, ideally, they should not. I'm sure they can also compete with, but they should be competing with local airlines. They should be competing with Nigerian airlines in such a way that they will not even be able to compete. But because guess what? Government controls nearly all the basic things. If when I was in Dubai, the government controls transportation, is RTA. The government controls electricity. It's called DEWA or SEWA. DEWA is Dubai Electricity and Water Management, or Sharjah Electricity and Water Management. Abu Dhabi like this. The Dubai government controls ADNOC. So ADNOC, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, like NNPC. I'm not sure if any Western country is, you will at least see maybe one. I don't think there's even one or two. Maybe EPCO. There's one EPCO oil in Dubai. I'm not sure if it's local or international. They won't allow you because the government controls it. Okay. So now somebody from Southeast came out to say, okay, we want to solve this airline problem. Like, Nigerians have been on this for years. We want to solve the problem. And just to reciprocate the gesture that what you have been enjoying since 1988, okay, 1988 to 2028, that's 30 years. No, that's 40 years. Okay, you have been enjoying this for 36 years. Okay, so for 36 years, just reciprocate the gesture. You can fly to Lagos, you can fly to Abuja, you can fly to Port Harcourt, no problem. But let Air Peace fly in there. You say no. Okay, you are saying no. So listen, I know that Tinubu has issues, but if there is any time to support the president, to be nationalistic, because see, the fact that nationalism is missing, that's why we don't pay attention to those things. Like, we don't care. Like, even when some Nigerians hear is like, maybe it's Igbo people now. It's Igbo guy or whatever, Jerry. You don't know that what affects an Igbo man affects you, that you are sitting in Ibadan. What? Yes, if there's an Igbo man that is doing business in Nigeria and he cannot play internationally, he cannot compete internationally, or his manufacturing cost or total operational cost is higher than that of people from outside, it will affect you. Okay, so this is a time, if there is any time to be nationalistic, but it's missing. People don't even know what it is. Okay, you don't even know what it is. We don't even know. We don't love the country. We don't love the language. We don't love the clothes. We don't love the names. We don't love anything about Nigeria. So Nigeria, they are fighting for you. Okay, but everything now, there are millions of Nigerians in churches right now. You are praying to. Yes, it's good to pray, but policies, they are also important. You have to support your government. Okay, you have to do. There's a thing that you don't buy where they don't hire you. You think all these Caucasians, like, you are buying from them, they don't care about you. Zero. You see many people from Nigeria even go and get your masters, get PhD, go and do everything. They will tell you that these are the kind of job that you can do. Although some people are breaking that barrier. I've seen it. But when you compare the percentage statistically, it is insignificant. Okay, it is insignificant. Most international students in Europe, what do they do? Most international students, people who are studying and schooling, what do? They just find any job so that they can pay their school fees. Now, so if there is any time to be nationalistic, if there is any time to support the government, it is now. It is now. So British Airways, they are saying, okay, they are considering, how can you be flying to our own Lagos? You are flying to Abuja, you are flying to Port Harcourt, unrestricted, nobody's disturbing you. Okay, let Air Peace also fly to Heathrow. Heathrow is like, so it's like they are flying, we allow them to be flying to Lagos, we allow them to be flying to Abuja, allow them to be flying to Port Harcourt, but they are only allowing us to be flying to somewhere like Taraba, Adamawa, Niger State, Kogi State, Ekiti. low economic where traffic is very low. But give us a because the implication is this: the moment airpiece can fly directly into Heathrow, can fly directly into New York, can fly directly into Madrid, can fly directly into Tokyo, can fly directly into Sydney or Perth. At this moment, what it means is that because most Nigerian, when you are traveling, you most likely go there. You're landing you're moving from Nigeria to, you will also be going to the capital of the country. Airpeace will be able to offer services, and that means Nigeria out of nationalism. I even love how people embrace, how everybody, the energy with the Airpeace. Like, support this guy, support him. Okay, so this is the nationalism that is missing. This is nationalistic spirit that is missing. So support him, because the moment Airpeace can offer that service, then Airpeace can say, "Oh, today is Nigeria independence, and we are offering 30% promotion, 50% promotion." Or they will say, they will run something like, if you can do a video advertisement in your local language, or your local attire, we will give you this. Okay, or the moment they say, once you identify as a Nigerian, those are the benefits. This is how you make money. And guess what? Once Airpeace makes more money, Airpeace will be able to expand its operations. Airpeace will be able to acquire more vehicles. I mean, more aircraft. If at all Nigeria is manufacturing aircraft, if we were manufacturing aircraft, Airpeace would have to buy from Nigeria, and that makes more. And that's it. So imagine we have aircraft manufacturing industry in Nigeria, where all the aircraft, we have to buy them locally. Because what it means is that the money becomes cyclic. The money stays inside Nigeria. Okay? Government are controlling the economy. They are making sure that money outflow of cash is limited, like is regulated, is under control. They know it. But organizations, businesses will come into Nigeria. Why they shouldn't be coming? Because government is supposed to be doing that. Okay, like I said in Dubai, there is RTA there. Even here, the government controls they control the transportation, they control the electricity, they control water, but none of that is under the Nigerian government. None, zero. That's why you will not have money. Okay. The other part is on the citizen, where you have flair, where you have preference for international things. When you have flair for imported things, like imported rice, imported damask, imported clothes, imported makeup, imported this, imported that, where you can produce locally. You don't know that when you buy from your own country, when you buy locally from your country, you are supporting industries. You are creating jobs for people. So if Airpeace is given more, is given the slot, is given the allocation to fly into Heathrow, to fly into capitals of the world, then Airpeace will have to acquire more aircraft, and Airpeace will have to expand their operations. Then they will have regional offices, or maybe in every state in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Anambra, in Owerri, in Delta states, in River State, So they will expand in Maiduguri, in Kaduna, in Kano. They will have it everywhere. They will have it in Jigawa. So then they recruit people. They recruit young people, a lot of young people who are in universities, who are graduating from polytechnic, and they can't find jobs. How do you think? Do you think it's miracle? Do you think God will come down from heaven and say, I have created a job? No. This is the way you make your economy grow. You have to consume what you produce. So if you can produce everything you need locally, if you can produce it locally and you consume it locally, that's how you grow your economy. Okay, not just going to churches and be praying. You are praying for what? Okay, what are you really praying for? Because God has already given you the brain to do all those things, but you will not use them. And we can't even see how our own actions, how it impacts everybody. How our own actions impact everybody. Because when you buy locally, when you buy from the Nigerian market, you produce in Nigeria and you buy. There is a guy that I saw in the news. There's a guy who is manufacturing USB in Kano. Support him, please. Okay, why do you have to import those things from China? You don't know that whatever you buy that is foreign, you are sending the money out. And when you send the money out, you are taking the money away from people living inside that country and you are giving it to outsiders. Okay, now in summary, I have admitted, yes, Tinubu has flaws, but in this fight, however, you can in this fight with the British government, and it's not only British. That's just you're seeing one out of like 1 million ways where these guys are screwing us up, and you think our economic woes. You think the poverty in Nigeria, you think is God made, and you think it's from God, and we'll be praying to God day and night. To God, so no, that's how you make money. Okay, so in this fight between the Nigerian government and the British government, please support the Nigerian government. Forget the ethnic card. Forget the guy. Forget the fact that the guy is Yoruba or the APC is Igbo. It doesn't concern you. You fly. No, love them. Okay, love them. Embrace them. These guys, they love themselves. These Caucasians, they love them. They don't care. You cannot differentiate. If somebody from Serbia stands like this, and another person from Australia stands like this, and you're looking at them without either of them speaking, you will not know where either of them come from. Okay, so that's the way they see themselves until they talk. And even if they learn each other's language, they will speak fluently. The only time you get close to a Caucasian and you realize that he's from another country is when he speaks. It's like if somebody from Afghanistan stands beside another person from Spain, you will not know the difference until the guy from Afghanistan starts to speak in English. Then you will now realize that speaks his own language. Then from his dialect, you now realize that he's from Afghanistan, and the other person is also from Spain. But they see each other as one. Okay. It's only us Africans that say, where are you from? This one Yoruba, this one is Ewe, this one is Tutis, this one is Utis, this one is Hausa. No, they don't see you like that. You should not be seeing each other. Support the government. So right now, if there's a way, the best way is that and that's what you see in China. Okay, so China has a replica of everything from the West. China, there's no Facebook in China. There's no Google in China. There's no Amazon in China. None of that. Okay, but guess what? They have Baidu. They have Tencent. They have Alibaba. I saw a video of Elon Musk. Somebody asked him some years ago that does he see anybody as a competition? He said no, there's no competitor. But guess what? BYD is giving Tesla a run for their money. BYD is everywhere now. Chinese to say, okay, come. You want to invest in our company? Come in our country, come, because they have the market. 1.4 billion people, and not just 1.4 billion people. These are 1.4 billion people with active economic power. Okay, they have money at their disposal. So they say, okay, they do joint venture, and after a while, when the Chinese partner has gained the knowledge, then the Chinese government pull the guy out and say, okay, now you know how to manufacture EVs. Okay, you need money then. Excuse me. So they supported the guy and they start manufacturing, and they are everywhere now. That you can't kill them. You can't eliminate the Chinese from global market. Okay, you can't. There was a time there was a lot of fire on Huawei. Okay, but you have Huawei, you have Oppo, you have One Touch, you have Techno, you have you have Alcatel. If you think you are, and even Huawei even eventually came back up, financially, because their revenues they hit about $100 million in revenue, I think last year, So you can't eliminate them. So you have to. You have to embrace yourself. You have to love yourself. So how poverty and nationalism are connected is because When you don't love your country, you will not love anything from that country. You won't love whatever that is produced. And if someone else produces that thing, that's why you see something. You say Igbo, Yoruba people say it's from Igbo people. Don't buy from Igbo. You will not buy from Igbo people. You go and buy from outside. Why are you buying from outside? For what? Because you're giving your money out. So you have preference. You prefer to love outsiders. You prefer to love foreigners than your own brother, people who look like you. Okay, why are you doing that? Okay, now, so in this fight, let's support the Nigerian government. Okay, however we can, and try and embrace this mindset that if you buy a locally manufactured product inside Nigeria, you are helping yourself. That's how you solve the economic problem. That is how you can drive poverty away, not by going to church on Monday morning and you are praying. Prayer works, yeah, but Mondays are, economic days. They are productive days. So this is the way you do it. This is the way we do it. This is how we drive poverty out. So support whatever is made in Nigeria. Support it. If you saw anyone doing something, manufacturing something in Nigeria, support them. Okay, that's how you grow. The Nigerian music market is another thing. Okay, Afrobeat is all over the world, but guess what? It's only the British government in most of universities in the UK now. They are saying come and learn music business and digital business. If there was ever a smart government in Nigeria, everybody's attributing Afrobeat to Nigeria now, they should commercialize it. Okay, you have courses, people are studying forestry. What are they going to do with that? Well, when they are done, when you have drones now planting seeds and all of that, okay, what do people have to do with forestry? So the Nigerian government, you're supposed to commercialize that music that is going global now. There should be a school, Afrobeat school. You in fact have a degree in it. I can tell you that Western education, they are out of course in so much that they are so out that the course, I think they said they are teaching witchcraft now or something. Nonsense, irrelevant thing, But Nigeria, because it's trend. Whatever that is trending, you go with this. That's how you evolve. That's evolution. If something is changing, you change with it. If something is changing, you change with it. That's how you stay relevant. Okay, Afrobeat is all over the world now. Then you should grab it. There should be a school in Lagos. There should be a school in Port Harcourt. There should be a school in Kaduna. There should be a school in South Africa. There should be a school in Kenya. There should be a school in Togo. There should be a school in Senegal. Teaching people about Afrobeat. Everybody love the music. Everybody love the rhythm. Then you commercialize it. Have a degree. So but it's terrible because we don't have the nationalism mindset. We don't have it. We don't have it. We don't love our country. We don't love anything about us. So we hope that the Nigerian government will be able to resolve this. And if not, let's do a tit for tat. Okay? Let's do a tit for tat. So if the British government will not allow Air Peace to fly into Heathrow, now this is not about Igbo or something. Maybe Aleno Yema is an Igbo man. No, he's a Nigerian. And first of all, he's even an African. He's an Igbo person. He's an African. So I love him on that. Okay, so if the British Airways will not allow him to fly into major cities, into Heathrow, into their most their busiest airport, then let's do the same thing for British Airlines and Virgin Airlines. Revert them. Somebody said revert them to Kogi State, revert them to Adamawa, let them be flying there. Okay? Then you see them losing money. You see okay. Okay, so we're gonna stop here for today. So again, Voice of Poor Consultancy, we help individuals, business organizations, political office holders, and government institutions for you to implement a strategy. If you are working towards a goal, you want to achieve a goal, you want to get something done, we can help you with strategies, we can help you with structures, we can help you with frameworks, we can help you with So many things that will help you to get those things done. As a consultant, so I'll be working with you directly, and our company and other members of the team will also be working with you directly, so that we can get things done. There's a quote that says, somebody said if he had 100 hours to cut a tree with an axe, he said he would spend 99 hours or 90 hours to sharpen the axe. So that's to tell that. So plan, there's a lot. So POLC, there's a lot. There's a lot with planning. So when you plan things and you strategize, you can imagine what could go wrong. You can imagine what could go right. You can imagine that ahead, before you start the task. Then, that's how you eliminate contingencies. You eliminate something that can happen that can hinder you from achieving that goal. And that's where planning and strategy and intelligent analysis comes in. And this is the value that we are offering as a business. Now, as an organization, as a Pan-African organization, we hope that, putting videos like this outside will open your eyes to see that we are the solution to our own problems. Okay, we are the only solutions to our own problems. So it will let you see how, the president, after the Minister of Aviation has written to the United Kingdom several times, like, hey, we have this issue, they never responded. Now, if you figured out, you realize that Tinubu's government is coming under international attacks one step at a time. Okay, so he's coming under because he knows the game. So the guy seems to knows the game. Okay, so his government is coming under attack. 2 days ago, France and the United States they worked hand in hand that the Nigerian aircraft should be seized. 3. Okay, that's 1. 2. The United Kingdom, the British government were saying, oh, there's protest in Nigeria, and they are saying these circulations, sending fear that terrorist attack or protest, while in their own country, their own is even worse. Okay, then you saw the Nigerian government. Nigerian government also replied that Nigerians should also be careful when traveling to the UK. Okay, that was not enough. The UK also replied again, protests may start even unannounced. Even when they don't announce, it can start at any time. You see, this tit for tat. Now, Airp is supposed to be flying to Heathrow. You're saying no, but you are flying to Lagos and you're flying, on what level is that? So now that it seems like our president is embracing nationalism and trying to reposition the country, now he's coming under attack. Don't attack him. Yeah, support him locally. You have to support him locally. Yeah, he has drug case issues with the US and Chicago and all of that, and certificate whatever, and the corruption. Yeah, we know. But right now, with what he's doing, if you don't support him, there's no captain in a sinking ship. There's no captain in a sinking ship. If he went down, everybody in the country is going down with him. So support him, please. Yes, let's put a stop for that for today. We're on social media. Please like, share, and follow us, and we'll be doing this. All right, thank you for joining us.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?